Admiral Montgomery, you're a senior director at the Center for Cyber and Technology. You've spoken about CCP propaganda, false flag operations in the digital domain. This is an opportunity for the CCP to change leadership in Taiwan, like the Taiwanese pineapple, without a shot being fired. Do you believe the CCP is capable of setting off a false flag invasion in Taiwan itself?
I do, sir. I do think that, I don't know that they could overthrow the government with it, but I do believe that information operations and deception run by the Chinese Communist Party will absolutely weaken Taiwan's societal resilience. When you combine it with the other tools, cyber attacks, economic pressures, energy pressures, cutting off communications with magical anchor drops on cables, when you combine that all together, it's that cohesive, comprehensive attack that breaks societal resilience. So I think it'll take more than just the one thing, but everything contributes to a weakened Taiwan.
That's just in Taiwan. Let's talk about the rest of the world. Does the Chinese have a dedicated campaign plan in the information warfare space to influence other allies, not just in the Indo-PACOM area, but the entire region, or the entire world?
Well, they do, yes. And they're running it aggressively. If you want to read Chinese language products in the United States, 92 to 95% come from the Chinese Communist Party. This is a real problem for us. We need to absolutely push back. I do feel like we need some of our tools back, like Radio Free Asia and others, to push back in, to get the truth out, the truth about American exceptionalism, the truth about what we're pushing forward, the truth about our allies and partners in Japan, Korea, and Taiwan. So you're absolutely right, sir. We are competing with a monolith in China, and we're going to need every tool possible.
Could I tell you a story?
General Flynn?
So
yeah.
This is happening not just in the United States, it's happening in other countries. Land is purchased near critical infrastructure. On that land, there's a Chinese company where the majority shareholders own a telecommunications company. On that land, they put towers. Yep. From those towers, they disseminate information. They go and purchase a media company, and then they buy bot farms that spread that disinformation and misinformation throughout all these countries. We know what's going on. We're watching it. We don't have enough capacity to go into each of these countries and counter it. But it is so pervasive out there in each one of these countries, it is damaging to the credibility of the United States.
General Flynn, Admiral Montgomery, and certainly Secretary Campbell, I would propose that this committee look at a subcommittee specifically on Chinese propaganda and the way that it's softening the battle space for what will surely become a kinetic conflict if we don't stop it early. Very briefly, General Flynn, I want to talk to you about the need for large quantities of low-cost strike vehicles if it does become a kinetic conflict in Taiwan. Specifically, is there value in diversifying the types of missile capabilities on hand during an invasion to repel China's attack?
Absolutely. I mean, again, the mid-range capability that we have, the PRISM systems that are coming on board. I'm aware of another missile that is, aside from the PRISM, that's lighter weight, longer distance, greater lethality. And again, we have the HIMARS system. I mean, in the reorganization of what the Army's going through right now, I would have 97 HIMARS launchers just in the U.S. Army Pacific. Add that to containers that are out there for deception, and you can create a mosaic of a challenge that the Chinese did not calculate into when they built their A2AD arsenal. Add to that Type 12s and Type 88s that the Japanese have. Add to that BROMAS, which is what the Philippines have. I mean, you can create this ring of fire there that prevents them from even deciding to load up these Ro-Ros and start going across this strait. By the way, you know, the most high-risk, highly complex operation is a multi-mode assault into a country across a 100-mile strait. I mean, I get the 27 window, but honestly, I mean, I see they're rehearsing and preparing for it, but doggone, that is one hell of a complex operation.
You're absolutely right.
So for them to be able to pull that off, that's why we have to slow them down.
And General Flynn, I think you open the window here that this cannot be America alone. This has to be an integrated operation, both what we do on the ground, in our communications, also in our kinetic response here, using a diversity of weapon systems. Very briefly, I want to thank the Secretary for being here. You know, we've led on the 6 assurances to Taiwan Act. I'm leading the Fortifying U.S. Markets from Chinese Military Aggression Act. We have seen the shortcomings of the foreign military sales, just its scope there. Could there be an opportunity to increase partnership in the defense of Taiwan by expanding our direct commercial sales, our licensing for dual technologies, to facilitate a rapid transfer of critical needs to Taiwan from both us and our allies?
I believe that is entirely what's possible, and I think with your leadership from the committee, it helps push the executive branch. One of the things that both my colleagues have underscored is that the limitations bureaucratically that have existed for decades that make it difficult to fulfill some of our defense commitments to Taiwan, slowly but surely those are being pushed away in favor of greater efficiencies and the like. I think it is, in fact, the case that the executive branch responds best when it hears from this committee on these issues. And I just, again, thank you for your guys' commitment and service on these issues.
I want to thank both of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle, very focused not just on national security, but on pragmatic ways that we can get ahead of this problem so we don't end up in these kinetic situations that this team has so articulately displayed, in a situation where we do not want to be in if we can prevent it on the front end.